Hey there you great people, nice to see you all again. Well, I'm back again this time with a home cooking video. I'm going to show you the ingredients in a second, but what I'm going to be making is a chicken chili garlic balti. It's like an Indian curry. It's going to be quite spicy as well, but you can adjust the chili level to your taste buds. Let's go through the ingredients anyway. Obviously I've got a large wok here which I've put probably about 5 tablespoons of oil. I'm not being shy because it'll get soaked up. I've chopped up 1 green or white onion, about a medium sized one, and 1 medium sized red onion, just quite roughly chopped. I've got 2 chicken breasts here. There's about 400 gram of chicken, just under a pound of chicken. I've got 2 quite large jalapenos that I've cut up again roughly. And then here I've chopped up 4 large vine tomatoes. If you've not got vine tomatoes, you can always use good Italian tin tomatoes. In that I've added 400 ml of water, about 50 ml of lime juice, but you could use lemon juice, and about half a teaspoon of mixed herbs. For this spice mixture, if you can see it properly, I've added in about 2 teaspoons of garlic, about 3 teaspoons of chili powder, half a teaspoon each of turmeric, coriander powder, sweet paprika, and cumin. I've also added a little bit of salt and pepper in there as well. And I've added half a teaspoon of ginger as well. I think that's all. What I'm going to do anyway now is get these onions in the wok and do them for about 5 minutes on sort of medium high until they're going a little bit soft. I'll be back in a minute. Right, so that's the onions done for about 5 minutes on the medium high. I actually did that on 4 out of 6 on the actual ring. By the way, if the onions soak up all the oil and it starts drying out, don't keep adding more oil. Just take some of your water from your jug here and just add that instead, or out the tap. You don't want a really oily curry. You know, what we're going to do now is going to grab these chilies. This is difficult with one hand, trying to film. This is 2 jalapeno chilies, quite large ones, and I've kept the seeds in because I want the heat. Let's get the rest of them, bits and pieces. And what we'll do is we'll do these for literally about 2 minutes again on a medium high. Once they're done, we'll then be adding the spice mixture. So I'll be back in a minute once these chilies are done. So as I was just saying, we've just put the spice mixture in. We've done it on a medium for about 30 seconds, so it didn't all dry out too much. I've just added 5 tablespoons of water from my water, lime juice and tomato mixture there, just to give it a little bit of moisture. We're going to add this chicken in now. If you notice, I've cut it all the same sort of size, quite large, probably just over an inch cube. I'm trying to get it all the similar sort of size, so that it all cooks evenly. We don't end up with some undercooked chicken and some overcooked chicken. It's important they're all similar size. Obviously this is going to cool the pan right down now. This would be so much easier if I had another hand. Right, let's give that a thorough mixing through. And like I said, putting this cold chicken in the pan. The pan's temperature is going to come right down, but that's all alright. Spread it out all nicely like that. I'm going to cook that now on a sort of medium, on 3 or 4 on the ring, medium heat for probably about 7 or 8 minutes. It's not even 100% important at this point whether we thoroughly cook the chicken all the way through to the middle, because once the chicken is done or almost done, we'll be adding the tomatoes with the lime juice and the water in anyway. Getting it up to a boil and then simmering it for about 20 minutes. Once this chicken's done, I will come back to you. So as you can see, I've done the chicken on the sort of medium for about 8 minutes. Keep turning it. But I said, if there's pink bits still showing, it doesn't matter, because this isn't the end of the cooking process. The part of this process really is to just get the chicken from its pink raw state and just seal the chicken, just to turn it white, to lock in the juices of the chicken, so it stays moist, and also to soak in some of them amazing spices I've put in. We're now going to add the water and tomatoes. Remember, this is 400 ml of water, 3 large vine tomatoes I've chopped up, but you could use tin tomatoes, and 50 ml of lime juice. Might need a bit more water actually, because I don't usually do 2 big chicken breasts. I normally just use 1. I think I'm going to probably add about another 250 ml of water into the pan just to cover this, and I'm going to simmer that now on meat on about 4 or 5 to get it to the point where it's almost boiling, and when it gets that point I'm going to turn it down to about a 2 or 3 so it simmers. I'll do that for probably about half an hour simmer, but once we're at that stage I'll come back to you. Right, so it's taken a good 4 or 5 minutes because we've ended up with 750 ml of water in the end. If you can see, without me fogging up the camera too much, we're at boiling point now. I did it on full, on 6 on the gas, on full heat, about 5 minutes or so. What we're going to do now is turn this right down to about a 2, and we'll simmer this now, once it stops boiling. We'll simmer it for about 20 minutes to half an hour, depending on how thick or thin you want the curry. Once it's nicely simmered down and ready to try, I'll be back with you finally. So after literally about 30 minutes on medium heat, the heat of 3 out of 6, you can see it's reduced down quite nicely, and as it has reduced down, the flavour of all those spices and everything else has really intensified. And you probably notice the colour's changed. All the spices are blended together with the chicken, the onions, the tomatoes, the water, the lime juice, and the powdered spices. You could serve this just on a bed of rice. I don't have any, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve it with one of these pita breads. And unfortunately, normally I just put these in the toaster. Unfortunately, I've had to throw my toaster away because when I was pushing the button down on the toaster, it was tripping all my electric, and all the electric was going off. So I'm literally just going to whack this on there once I've got it hot, and just toast it for a few minutes either side and enjoy the curry. I really hope you've enjoyed this video anyway. Please do try and make this at home. It smells incredible, seriously. And also, please go ahead and check out my other great content, 300 odd videos across 14 great playlists. On this, of course, Paulbhustlin85. And do not forget to like, especially subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this cooking video. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all later on.